Hey there, my name is Chris, and for the DevSpot PL Genesis Hackathon, I put together an app called Cleared. Now, some of you might be familiar with apps like SAP Concur or Expensify that let businesses create and manage reimbursements for their team. Now, this can often be fairly heavy of a process. Like, you have to engage with SAP, you have to create a vendor agreement with them, they own the data. There's not really an internal trail that is necessarily visible to you as the user. And I wanted to see if I could use Filecoin and some of the sponsor technologies to create a platform that was much easier to get started with and enable anybody to create reimbursement URLs for different use cases, corporate or otherwise, to administer and collect receipts that could then be reimbursed to given individuals. Essentially, the Clearflow operates from an individual policy, and you as the business owner can come in and create as many policies as you want. But there's an example here that I have pre-filled where you might want to create a purpose-driven use case for a contract where employees can come to the URL that gets generated, and I'll show you that in a second, and be able to request reimbursements for their monthly internet costs. But you could have any sort of policy here that you wanted, as well as a passcode to secure it. Every policy gets its own smart contract with auditable history. So an approval, a deny, a request emits a smart contract event, as well as creates a transaction on the specific policy that can be audited and reviewed by anyone. Once this completes, you get presented two URLs. One is the actual policy contract. So as users come and interact with the policy, it will generate messages that will get displayed here, available for you to see. And the second URL is the contract itself. So this would be the URL that you share with employees, and the employees will get a different view than what you get as the policy owner. In which case, the policy owner, you'll be able to fund the contract and enable users to make requests against that contract to get reimbursed in USDFC. So to start, I'm just going to do a basic fund of just one token here. After a few moments, once the contract fund confirms, you'll see that the status of the contract changed to active because it now has some non-zero balance. So if we switch to a different account, so this is the account that did not create the contract, and go to the same URL, you'll get a different experience. In this case, the contract is funded, so I can actually submit a request. I can also specify the amount and a description as well as a receipt. So if I have a document, this actually will get uploaded via file CDN and be available for download. The claim can also be evaluated initially by an AI to see what's the probability of it getting passed. And so you can see, some initial assessment of evaluating the claim. We can go ahead and submit the request. And once confirmed, you'll get presented with this confirmation modal, as well as the claim now being under a processing status for the owner to approve and make the final confirmation that the reimbursement should be paid out to the given address. And if we switch back to the owner's account, we can see here that we can then approve or reject the claim and provide a reason. So that's pretty much the core of the flow. If we go back to the contract, we can see the different interactions that have taken place on that contract, as well as the methods that were actually invoked. In terms of the code, it is available on my GitHub. You can actually view some of the URLs and try out creating your own policy on the testnet. But that's pretty much the Cleared project, and thanks for your time.